What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tech B Swift. It's been a long time, but I'm back. Today I'm gonna bring you a video of the S8, the S8 Plus, and the 7 Edge comparison. Show you guys the differences. This is gonna be a world usage video. So like real usage, out and about, having a good time, which one will serve you in best purposes, which one you should spend your money on. So let's jump into it. Alright, so again, this is not a spec comparison video, an in-depth spec comparison video. This is my opinion on what I believe is the biggest difference between the S7 Edge, the S7, S8, and S8 Plus. Should you upgrade? Should you not? So, in my opinion, it's my opinion, okay? So let's hit it. So the biggest difference between these three models, the S7 Edge is a 5.5-inch screen, and I believe it has a 3000 milliamp battery. It does have wireless charging and all the same features. 1.7 camera. It's a great camera. It's a great phone, right? S8 has a 5.8-inch screen, and this has a super duper screen. I'm just going to say super duper, not going into specs. And this has a 5.8-inch screen. The S8 Plus, oh, this has a 3000 milliamp battery. The S8 Plus has a 6.2 big boy screen for the guys with big hands, or girls with big hands, or people who like big phones, whatever. And this has a 3500 milliamp battery, which means this is going to last longer than the S8. So let's get these out the way, and I will open the boxes for you. This is the S8, and this is the S8 Plus. Now inside the box, you will find an S8. Get that out the way. You're going to get your usual documentation from Samsung service, mobile, T-Mobile, all that good stuff. Get out the way. You get your fast charger. You get your dongle so that you can plug into the bottom of your phone and transfer your data. You get headphones. So everybody wants to know what the headphones look like. These are the AKG headphones. They come in the box, braided cord. It's a very, very nice pair of headphones. The braided cord should make it so they tangle free. It also has up and down on the controls right here. So these are really, really nice headphones. You get your charger cable. This is USB Type-C. And then you get some more headphones, okay? So, or excuse me, earbuds. So I'm just going to move these out the way. Sorry for reaching across the screen. And I'm going to grab the S8 out the box. S8 Plus. And we're going to grab the S7. Okay. Now, in case you guys are wondering why I still have an S7 Edge, this is my wife's phone. She is getting the S8 Plus. Actually, the S8, excuse me. I'm taking the S8 Plus. So, when it comes to size comparison, like I said, real world specs that's going to matter to you, which one you should get, should you upgrade. I'm going to say, if you can afford to upgrade, why not? If you can't, it's not a big deal. It's not worth the money. The reason why I say that is because although you get the extra screen and real estate, which these screens are gorgeous, by the way. S7 was a great phone. S8, S8 Plus are the best phones that have been made to date, other than my Note 7. My Note 7 I was real passionate about. However, as you see on the S7, it's the exact same size almost as the S8 from the bottom to the top. It may be a millimeter taller on the S8, but it's negligible. Because you don't have the home button or the fingerprint scanner on the front, but you get all this real estate. I mean, you cannot beat that. Like, that extra real estate is nice. The S8 in the hand feels much better than the S7 Edge in the hand, without a doubt. And in my opinion, I feel like they flatten out the corners, just like they did on the Note 7, so that you don't get as much glare as you do from the S7 Edge. When you're looking in light, looking at directly, sometimes you see a glare in those corners. So, stacking these on one on another, probably should do the other way. As you see, it covers it. You go the opposite route, and you can see, oh, see if I can get it to stay. You can see that's how much thinner it is than the S7 Edge. And because of that thinness, it makes it easy to hold in the hand. That is a great thing. It's a great feeling to hold that phone in your hand. As far as the S8 Plus, as you can see, there's some big significant size difference between the two. Once again, S8 Plus is mine because I like big phones. I had the Google Pixel, not the Nexus Pixel, and I just actually sold it to jump on to the S8. Now the S8 will be my temporary phone until the Note 8 drops, but as you can see, there is a big difference in size. So the S8 Plus is definitely wider and it's definitely taller. Is that a real big difference in your pocket? I don't really know. I think in the hand you'll definitely feel the difference, but in the pocket, not so much. If I hold the S8, I mean, I can get my finger all the way around here. Like, fingers go around with no problem at all. S8 Plus, I still can touch, but I'm nowhere near touching like I was. Like, I got to squeeze to get over here now. And reachability, I can still touch the top of the screen. Got big boy hands. But on the S8, it's much easier. I mean, I can touch the bottom and top of the phone on the S8. So for you out there who like smaller phones, an example of a smaller phone if you want to compare it to, this is the iPhone 6. The iPhone 7 is still 4.7, almost the exact same dimensions. So it is a smaller phone than the S8, but the S8 gives you so much more screen. And in my opinion, it's an easier phone to hold. And it feels like it's a little bit thinner. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's placebo. Let's get that out the way. So should you upgrade? What's the difference? What's my pros and cons about the S8, S8 Plus? The S7 Edge was an amazing phone. Battery life was decent. It was a fast phone. It did start to slow down and lag a little bit, which caused like restarts, wiping apps, sometimes data refresh. But that's typical Android. You know, with the fragmentation out there, you're going to deal with that, right? Just because everybody got their hand in the pot. With the S8, it's too early to tell. I don't know if I'm going to run into that same issue. But what I can definitely say is definitely a noticeable speed. This is a Snapdragon 835, and this is a Snapdragon, I want to say 820 or 821. I can't remember which one is in this. However, this is still a fast phone. You're talking about you can get these roughly, I saw on Slick Deals the other day, they had this phone for $299 versus this phone is $750 and this is $850. So one of the things I love about the S7 Edge is the home button's on the front and the fingerprint scanner is on the front, and it works. Like I said, this is my wife's phone, but it works. You turn them over, there's no fingerprint here. You got this little haptic button. You press it hard and it will give you that little haptic feel, and it will allow you to use your facial recognition. But they moved the fingerprint scanner to the back. To the back. How do I feel about that? I love fingerprint scanners on the back. My Nexus Pixel, oh my gosh, I keep saying that. My Google Pixel had it on the back, but the placement was perfect. With this phone, it's kind of dumb to be honest. I'm right-handed, and when I hold my phone, yes, I can reach it. It feels fine on both models. The issue that you're going to run into is when I'm like this and I go to touch it, I'm touching the screen. Look at that. I just touched my camera by accident. Now, it does work. The phone's off. You don't have to press any buttons to get it to work or turn on. Phone's off. All you gotta do is put your finger on it and it unlocks. So it works. The problem is, like I said, you're going to put your fingerprint all over your screen. It's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay? As far as the cameras the exact same. If you dealt with the S7 Edge, then you're going to be happy with the S8. They said they had some software enhancements. I haven't really noticed the difference, but I definitely will say if you love this camera, you're going to absolutely love these cameras. Okay? Samsung always make great cameras. One thing that I do not like is they created this button on the side for Bixby, which is like a Google Assistant. We got so many assistants out there that why don't you just use what works? Google Assistant, in my opinion, works. But they want to give you experience. Samsung is trying to get you to buy into their ecosystem. So you touch it, it goes to Bixby. Great. You know, it works, right? I don't know how well it works. I'm never going to use it, but I wish they would allow me to remap this button. They did, and Samsung found out that there's an app that will allow you to do that right now, and they just pushed the update so you can no longer do it. So that's bogus, but it is what it is, right? So again, should you upgrade? Is it worth the upgrade? Is it worth the money? I'm going to say yes and no. If you're on a monthly payment plan, if you can jump on demand or something like that, grab this phone because it's gorgeous. I mean, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous phone. But is it worth double the price of the S7 Edges that you can get today? Absolutely not. I think what Samsung did here was they gave us a filler. They said, we're going to give you something that's unique and a little bit different. So they got rid of the fingerprint scanner here, full screen, call it an infinity screen or whatever they want to call it. And they sold you a feature, right? It looks different. It's a new style. But they didn't really up the specs. Like I said, 835 Snapdragon for the US version. It's fast. This phone is fast as well. There's nothing that's groundbreaking for these phones. I think what they did is they said, okay, we know we lost a lot of people with the Note 7. Let's give them a bigger screen. So that's what they did here. Okay. I feel like they took a lot of the functionality, a lot of the features from the Note 7, put them in this phone, made the screen bigger, gave it a sexy look, and said, here you go. I think with this one, they just did the exact same thing. Said, we're going to give it to you smaller. This is just to hold you guys over. I think the big jump is going to be the Note 8. I think they know when the Apple releases the iPhone 8, iPhone 7s, whatever they want to call it. I also heard iPhone Edition, whatever they want to call it. They know they're going to have to bring their A game. I think you're going to see a difference in the cameras on the Note 8. Because on these, like I said again, you can look at it, it's the same camera. It doesn't look any different. The megapixels are still 12 megapixels on all the cameras. They did increase it on the front-facing cameras, 8 megapixels. But like I said, it's nothing that jumps out and says you have to run out and get these phones. Unless you like the sexiness of it, because it is a sexy phone. It's gorgeous. It's the best looking phone I've ever seen. But outside of that, it's really not a whole lot. So you say to me, well, why do you have it? Why did you get rid of your Pixel? One, if you hold on to a phone too long, they depreciate. I know this. I flip phones and get rid of phones every 3 months I get a new phone. Okay. Two, I like some of the functionality of Samsung. I like some of the usability of it. I love their camera. I prefer their camera over the Google Pixel, without a doubt. Google Pixel had made some great photos, but I still like the vibrantness and the oversaturation of the cameras on the Samsungs. And it's the new hotness. Like, so for me, I just want the new hotness. But this is just a filler for me. I plan to buy the iPhone 8, the Elite Edition, whatever they come out with. I plan to buy that, and I plan to buy the Note 8 for my 2 personal phones that I carry every day. So, my recommendation again, if you don't have one of these 3 right here, if you have an S6, this is a huge jump. This is a great jump. You will love it. If you have one of these 3 or have this right here, you don't really need these 2 unless you want the new hotness. Alright? So it's your boy Tech B Swift. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, this is not a specs video. It's not talking about all the features. If you want to find out all the features that's on the phone, go look at a video for the S7 Edge, because it's pretty much the same thing. So, holla, I'm out, and I got to cover that up now. Peace.